Yo, welcome back everybody to a brand new video here on the second YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at some brand new cards that got revealed from Scarlet and Violet over the past couple days. There hasn't really been like a big reveal in Scarlet and Violet in a while, like where multiple big cards got revealed. They've kind of been revealed in like little bits of scatters, but I did still want to talk about some of the new things that did get revealed and some of the news that we got recently too with Scarlet and Violet. So the first one is actually going to be this brand new tool card that got revealed here called Defiant Band, which is going to be revealed from Scarlet EX. Now this card is very reminiscent of Choice Belt, but it is one of the first comeback mechanic cards. Now, Pokemon did reveal, I think at Worlds, that there was going to be comeback mechanic cards in the Scarlet and Violet set, and we've been lacking comeback cards for a while. I mean, the best thing we have is like Roxanne and sometimes Marnie, but for the most part, comeback mechanics in the Pokemon TCG, especially right now, are very slim to none. Obviously, Reset Stamp and N are like two of the most iconic comeback cards of all time. There's also cards like Counter Energy, Counter Catcher, but now we have Defiant Band, which might actually make the comeback mechanic come back. It's a tool card, so you gotta remember tools are now different, but we do have the effect here. If you have more prizes remaining than your opponent, the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, it's a choice belt on any Pokemon, and it works on any Pokemon, but you have to be behind in prizes. Now, the nice thing about this is that it actually works against EXs. That is one of the big things about the new EXs coming out. EXs are not affected by Choice Belt, which is extremely relevant. I mean, not being affected by Choice Belt is big. Pardon me, sorry. Yeah, not being affected by Choice Belt is very, very big. And that is one of the things that makes EX cards good, is that, you know, Choice Belt won't work against them. You can't just put a Choice Belt on a Lugia V-Star and do 250 to an EX. But now we have Defiant Band, which is gonna be one of the only ways to do more damage to EX Pokemon. And it's a pretty good card. Is it better than Choice Belt? You might have to play this as time goes on. And maybe at first it won't be as good as Choice Belt, because Choice Belt, even though it won't work on EXs, is still like V-Stars and Vs are still going to be everywhere. However, maybe when we get to like the third or fourth Scarlet and Violet set and like, you know, EXs are even more popular and more widespread, then yeah, we'll probably see Defiant Band see a lot more play. So definitely keep your eye on this card. It is potentially one of the first comeback mechanic cards we're going to get revealed. There might even be more that get revealed. Who knows? Maybe they're reprinting Counter Catcher or they're reprinting something else. But definitely an interesting card for sure. I'm glad they printed that because, yeah, it is a way to do more damage to EX Pokemon, which is something that we don't have quite yet. Next up, we have a reprint card. Palpad got reprinted in Scarlet and Violet too. Palpad is a very big reprint for Scarlet and Violet because it's a card that is kind of like a pseudo VS Seeker style card, and obviously it's also good in decks like Control. Decks that play Silene really like to abuse Palpad, and Palpad is now coming back in the format. Palpad, of course, allows you to get 2 supporters from your discard pile back into your deck, so great little card. Palpad isn't like, it's not like a one of in every deck, you know what I'm saying? It's not like every deck plays one of it, even though its effect is very useful. It's just a nice card to have around in the format, and it's actually really cool that they reprinted it, because it's a card that I don't know if a lot of people really would have been like, it's fine to go. I mean, yeah, decks that like to abuse Silene maybe would miss it, but I'm actually kind of happy they reprinted it. I think Palpad is a pretty nice card to see come back in the format. It's obviously good for Control, but it's just a nice little trainer card to have. You know, it's very useful to have in the format because it allows you to get supporters back. It actually now says you may shuffle up to 2 supporters from your discard in your deck. I don't think that was actually a thing before. So getting 2 supporters up to 2 is really nice. Yeah, it's just a nice little reprint to have in the format. I'm glad Palpad got reprinted. And the last little part of the video I want to talk about is actually some more news and another new card that got revealed. But we do have art rares returning within Scarlet and Violet, which is nice because we're going to get different artworks of the EXs. As you can see, Gardevoir EX here, very nice looking art here on this card, because I'm sure people would want to see like different artworks for the EX Pokemon, and I'm sure we'll get full art EXs too. We just haven't had the full Scarlet and Violet set revealed yet, but I'm sure as time goes on, we will see like a full art Gardevoir, full art Arcanine EX, and full art Magnezone, full art Ampharos, stuff like that. So I'm sure we'll get more full arts, but it is nice that we are getting these art rares back. They're nice to look at, and sometimes they give us like art rares for like pretty playable cards. Like, you know, this card is actually not bad, and of course we have like other cool things too. So Definitely cool to see art rares come back. We do have a couple new cards that got revealed, of course. Nothing crazy here. We got this Pachirisu, which could have been decent if its attack wasn't affected, not by weakness, because Group Zap does 10 damage plus 20 for each of your bench lightning Pokemon. If you have a full bench of lightning Pokemon, you're doing 110. You can put a belt on, you can one-shot a Palkia V-Star. Unfortunately, this attack is not affected by weakness. We do have this Graveyard here. Now, this card I actually kind of like. It does 10 damage for each psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. So, you put, like, I don't know, like 30 Pokemon in your discard pile. This thing's doing, 300 damage for a single energy. If it was 20 times, this would actually be a legit decent card. 20 times more energy, though, would be kind of crazy, to be honest, not gonna lie. But it's not a bad card by any means. It's probably the best, like, basic Pokemon that got revealed here, apart from, like, all 4 of these. But definitely an interesting card. It's probably not going to be that good, but hey, you know what? If you're playing a deck, you can build a deck with a ton of Psychic Pokemon somehow, and this card could actually be a pretty decent attacker. So who knows? Maybe this card will be worth trying out. Definitely going to make a video on it, obviously, when it does come out. Now, the big thing is we actually got this brand new promo Hawlucha here. Now, this card's actually kind of crazy. It has an ability, Flying Entry. When you place Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, during your turn, you may choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on each of them. Now, this basically is a worse Galarian Zigzagoon, but also still maybe even better than Galarian Zigzagoon in some cases. So here's the thing. Galarian Goon is good when you want to, do that extra damage to the active, knock it out. However, when you're trying to use it in a spread deck, like with Sableye, then you have to play Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net is rotating, which thank heaven, man, this card would be kind of nasty with Scoop Net. However, this card is good because it actually makes Sableye even more deadlier. Okay, so here's the catch. So you basically get to choose 2 of your opponent's special Pokemon and put 1 damage on them. Let's say your opponent has 2, 70 HP basics on their bench that are trying to evolve into a Stage 2 EX. Or say they have like 2 Comfies on their bench, right? You can now Sableye both of those and knock them out. Because before you would have had it went like Goon, Net, Goon. Now you just go bench Hawlucha and then Sableye for 2 prizes. That is kind of dirty, I'm not going to lie. This card could be decent with like Escape Rope too. You can kind of use it as like a pseudo Goon with like Escape Rope or something like that. So honestly, a pretty good card. I'm definitely interested to see when this will come out in our English set, because this is a very good card. That's a really good ability. It's really good with Sableye, and it's also just not a bad ability in general. It's basically just Giratina Distortion World. Now, Scoop Net rotating does make this card less like good, but it's still kind of good regardless. I mean, that ability is pretty dirty. And if Sableye doesn't go anywhere, because honestly, it, might still be good in all honesty, like, you'll find out one day. But yeah, Hawlucha looks to be pretty good. So definitely some interesting new card reveals there. That's basically about it. That's all the things we kind of got revealed. Nothing too crazy, of course. The new band is looking pretty good. Palpat coming back is nice. The new Hawlucha is looking to be a really good card in Lost Box. And then, of course, we got art rares coming back, which is kind of cool. So there's all the news for Scarlet and Violet so far. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the new things down below. What do you think of Defiant Band? What do you think of Palpat coming back? And what do you think of the brand new Hawlucha? Is there anything I missed out on the Hawlucha that makes it pretty good? Who knows? Definitely interested to see and hear your thoughts about all that. But that'll be it for me. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the second channel, subscribe down below. Never miss an upload. And that'll be it for me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.